Lindsey Graham is an easy man to hate, and pediatrician Annie Andrews is hoping to kick him out of the Senate once and for all in the November midterms.
Medicaid money. This is a money laundering scheme. It needs to come to an end as we know it. States have gone up to 6% of a provider tax. They take that tax revenue and they use it to get more money from the federal government. The hospitals and doctors don't lose, they get the money back. The state doesn't lose, they get more money. The only group that loses is the federal government, and we're deep, deep in debt.
He has failed. He's lost his way. I'd ask him to look in the mirror, and I don't know how the man sleeps at night, honestly. He has sold his soul, and it's sad to watch. As a human being, it's honestly sad to watch. He is morally corrupt. He has lost his way. He needs to take a step back from public life and go do some work on himself. So I would ask him to do that. Lindsey Graham has been in the Senate for 22 years, which is half of my lifetime. He's in DC to do what Trump tells him to do, because all he cares about is delivering tax cuts to billionaires, keeping his corporate donors happy, and staying in Trump's good graces, and that's doing nothing for the people of South Carolina.
My name is Dr. Annie Andrews, and for almost 2 decades, I've been a pediatrician in South Carolina. Parents trust me to treat their kids for just about everything you can imagine. This is an X-ray of a kid with measles pneumonia, a condition easily prevented by vaccines. This is a kid with cancer, one of the diseases the NIH doesn't have the funding to study anymore. And this is a kid who's been shot, which, despite being the #1 cause of death for children in America, is no longer classified as a public health crisis. And this kid, and there's really no other way to say this, is quite literally full of shit. And this is an adult who is also completely and unequivocally full of shit. Roll the tape.
You know how you make America great again? Tell Donald Trump to go to hell. I like the president. I want to help him. I hope he's successful. You know what concerns me about the American press is this endless attempt to label the guy as some kind of kook. I think he's a kook. He's not fit to be president.
It's embarrassing, and South Carolina deserves better. So today, I'm announcing that I'm running for the United States Senate to replace Lindsey Graham. But this isn't just about Lindsey or even Donald Trump. Take a look around. An unelected billionaire is taking a chainsaw to Social Security, Medicare, and veterans' health care. The vaccine-denying brainworm guy is gutting our nation's healthcare system. The wrestling lady is elbow-dropping the Department of Education. And a guy who can't even organize a text thread is running the Department of Defense. And Lindsey Graham voted to confirm every single one of these people. It's a lot. All while backing Trump's plan to cut taxes for millionaires and billionaires while raising yours. No wonder he won't show his face here in South Carolina.
I don't need to town hall to know what to do.
Lindsey Graham has been a senator for half my lifetime. And as it turns out, most senators don't get better with age.
They hate my guts.
Will winning this race be easy? No. But you can't win if you don't run. And the one thing we can all agree on is Lindsey Graham doesn't deserve a free pass back to DC. Now, Lindsey is going to tell you I'm radical, that I'm crazy, because that's what weak men do when they feel threatened by strong women. But here's the thing. I'm literally a busy mom and a pediatrician who plays peekaboo with my patients, watches Bluey with my kids, I love Bluey, and spends most of my free time shuttling them to dance, taekwondo, and football. Say hi, kids.
Hi, kids.
So radical. I also just happen to be someone who isn't afraid of a fight. And like so many of you, I am worried about what the future holds for our kids and our state. Everything from failing schools to closing hospitals, the climate crisis and rising prices, to tariffs hurting our ports and auto industry. Worrying won't do anything, but stepping up to join me in this fight just might. A fight where we put common sense over culture wars and hope over hate. Right now, Lindsey Graham is counting on all of us to stay quiet. And that means one thing. It's time to get loud. I'm Dr. Annie Andrews, and I hope you'll join me.
Jon Stewart said that Donald Trump is being treated like a make-a-wish president. He's being allowed so much scope and leeway that it's hard to think that the people around him aren't like just trying to keep him happy because they see that the end is near. But another person who seems to be getting everything he's ever wished for is the war-hungry weirdo Lindsey Graham. Polling currently has Annie Andrews within just 6 points of Lindsey Graham, and the more that people realize that we actually have an opportunity to send him packing to Disneyland for good, then the more chance that she's gonna have. Lindsey Graham's campaign manager, Mark Knoop, recently responded to Andrews' campaign by saying, quote, "The more effective you are in helping enact President Trump's agenda, the more Democrats want to take you down." And, well, yes, actually, you nailed it, Mark, we do.